Hey, what's up, and welcome back to Fiverr Talks, everybody. My name is Joel, and today we're talking about how to attract buyers to your gig. You see, it's not enough just to have a good service. You also have to know how to get people to your gig and convince them to place that order. You have to convince people that you're worth buying from, and that's what we're talking about in today's video. That's right, you're watching Fiverr Talks, and my name is Joel Young. I've been a top-rated seller on Fiverr since 2013. I'm one of Fiverr's all-time top earners, and every single week, 3 times a week, I share information, knowledge, and tips with you right here on this YouTube channel. So if that sounds interesting to you and you're new, consider subscribing. All right, so today we're talking practical and tactical tips and tricks on how to attract more buyers to your gigs, because it's not enough to have a good service. Like we said in the intro, I know a lot of super creative, super talented people that can't run a successful online creative services business because they don't know how to attract and keep buyers. They don't know how to draw people in. They may be good at what they do, but they're not good at convincing people they're good at what they do. And so today I've got 3 tips for you. 1, 2, 3 tips on how to attract more buyers, and I guarantee if you do these in everything you do, this is applying to everything that you're doing, from your gig video to your gig description to your inbox communication with potential buyers. You need to figure out how to market yourself to show your true personality and be an attractive service for people as they're coming and looking and searching on Fiverr. You need to be the one that's most attractive so that you are the one they place their order with. All right, ready for tip number 1? I thought you might be. Here it comes. Tip number 1 is know your value proposition. People, sellers that know what their value proposition is, know how much value they offer and what they can offer to you that is valuable, are extremely attractive to potential buyers. And in fact, this is something that Fiverr's really keying in on for 2021. They want to know what sellers are offering the greatest value. That's why they're secretly asking buyers after the sale, hey, how would you rate the value proposition of this purchase? What you paid versus what you got. This is kind of how they define value. How would you rate that? They're asking buyers that every time they complete an order and leave a review. So you need to know what your value proposition is. You need to make sure that you know what makes your service valuable to potential buyers. You need to know your niche. In other words, who is your ideal customer, so that you can drive home your particular value to those people. Let's say, for instance, you offer a service that is extremely well suited to realtors, real estate agents. You need to know that your highest value is serving those people in this way. Maybe you offer a service that's really tailored to larger businesses. You need to position and angle your services to highlight the value that you offer to the specific niche that you are trying to serve. If your goal is to serve everyone, you will probably be less successful than if you narrowly focus on a specific subset of the population that is searching through Fiverr. Know your value to that niche. Now, that doesn't mean you can't serve other people. It doesn't mean you say, hey, I only serve realtors. I only serve Fortune 500 companies. I only serve these people. It means that when you're addressing your potential buyer, in your mind, subconsciously, you're addressing that niche every single time, because you know your service is most valuable to them. That increases the conversion rates. That increases the odds that someone will buy from you. That makes you automatically more attractive to onlookers. So not only do you need to try to market yourself, in other words, get your service in front of those people in that niche, but you need to keep that in mind when crafting gig videos, gig description, inbox messages. You need to do better at identifying your value for who your best target customer is, because if someone comes along and sends you an inbox message, maybe thinking about buying from you, you can quickly identify whether or not they're a good fit for you. And that all starts with knowing your value proposition. I guarantee that will make you more attractive to any potential buyer. All right, ready for tip number 2? I mean, why else would you still be here if you weren't interested? We'll go, let's do it. Tip number 2 is know what makes you different. And I don't just mean different from the seller who offers the exact same service as you. I mean, what makes you unique as a human being, as a creative professional? What is your key differentiator? Because I promise you, even when you look outside of the service you're offering, we all have key differentiators inside our service, right? You have to realize that there is something about you that makes you different, that makes you unique, that makes you attractive to other people. You have to figure out what that is. What makes you different? Why would anyone buy from you instead of someone else? I've said it a million times here on the channel, and it continues to be true. Even after 2020, the weirdest year on record, people don't buy services. People buy and connect with other people. So you need to figure out what makes you different. Maybe more appropriately, what makes you unique, and play it up. Make that a big deal. What differentiator can you play up in a gig video? How creatively can you write your gig description that will show people maybe a side of you that they don't see in other sellers that would convince them to buy with you? What kind of spice can you add to an inbox conversation that is typically pretty boring, and really use that as fuel to build a relationship early with someone and attract them to make that purchase? What makes you different? If you figure that out, then that's your secret sauce. If you mix it into everything, it makes what you create even better, and it will make you more attractive to potential buyers. And to get you started as kind of a creative exercise, I thought we'd use this as our question of the day here right above me. What makes you different? What makes you unique? Share that in the comments down below, because by doing so, you'll have to think it through and then make it public. Say to other people, yes, this is who I am. This is why I'm attractive to other people, that I believe in this, and I want to say it. I want to scream it from the mountaintops so that I can go forward and use that in my gigs, in my descriptions, in my interactions to make myself more attractive to potential buyers. Okay, we got one more. You ready to hold on for this one? Buckle up. Number 3 is a doozy. You need to be more confident than the market. That's right. Now, confidence is something that many people struggle with. If you're like me, you grew up with a little bit too much confidence, and people often thought that was cockiness, that was arrogance. You know, that's something that I've since, I hope, grown out of. But growing up, I had so much confidence, so much bravado, so much charisma that people would often think that I was cocky, that I was arrogant. You don't want to be that person. You want to be confident and humble, but realize that the more confident you are, the more attractive you are to potential buyers. And I specifically worded it this way because I think it's important to know you need to be more confident than the market. You have to ask yourself, in my niche, in the service that I offer, how do most people come across? And how do I come across as more confident than those people? Not that I'm better than them, but that, hey, no matter what you need, if you're a potential buyer, I can handle it. You know, oftentimes that's the most important part of a conversation. When someone asks, can you do this? Which is a strange question, if you ask me. We have a gig page, we have a public profile, we have reviews, ratings, and a portfolio that all says we can do this. In fact, we're offering our services to the world. We want to do this. Why would anybody message you and say, hey, I have a job that fits the exact description you have online. Can you do it? You know what they're looking for? They're looking for your level of confidence. And if you say, sure, I guess I can do it if you think I'm the right. No, that is not you. You want to be more confident than the market. You want to say, hey, I know I can do this. Here's a couple samples of something exactly like what you're looking for. I can kill this. I can knock it out of the park for you. I am the one for you. Here's some more reviews. Do you want to talk to past clients? I've got some of those people lined up, ready to go. And you have got confidence coming out of your ears. And that makes it so much easier for a potential buyer to turn into a customer or client. Now, you have to be careful with this one too, because you want to come across as eager and excited, not anxious and desperate. You don't want to come across like, oh, yes, I can do that right now. Let me send you a custom offer. Please accept it. Did you get my message? 2 hours later. Do you need anything else? Don't come across as anxious and desperate. Be eager and excited. Give them time to breathe, but exude confidence in every single conversation. Write a gig description that exudes confidence. Shoot a gig video where you are confident. You know, you may not be the most confident person on camera, but draw your confidence from your capability, the quality of work that you're doing, and that will permeate into everything else that you do. No one wants to place an order with somebody who's a limp noodle just sitting there waiting on somebody to come along and purchase my service. I don't know if I can do it. No, they want to buy from Rocky freaking Balboa. The guy who says, I'm going to step up here and knock it out of the park, okay, Apollo? That was a really bad Rocky impression. But you get my drift. You need to be more confident than the market. Okay, so we've done our 3 points. Let's review, shall we? Number 1, know your value proposition. Number 2, discover what makes you different. And number 3, be more confident than the market. I guarantee if you work these 3 things into everything you do, you will be more attractive to potential buyers on Fiverr. You will continue to grow a business year after year, and you will be someone that people are standing in line to do business with. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. As always, my name is Joel. This is Fiverr Talks. You can subscribe by clicking this button right here, or if you want to watch more videos, maybe try this one out right here next. And as always, remember to keep doing, because the future favors the doers.